Good afternoon and welcome to the last Sunday of 2014. And it's going to be a super sports Sunday. My name is Ken Ochonogo. And I hope we can at least take you through the highlights of what 2014 has been like. And you, being part of this program, will have the bulk, the chunk of contribution to what you are going to have today. Crack your memory, crack your brain, look back from January to December and let us know which is your highlights. Some said it is Hamilton winning Formula One, dominant, winning 5 races in a row. Others said Okagbare winning that 1-2 gold in the Commonwealth. Even you saw that dancing by Usain Bolt when he won the gold, with some steps to spare. Or then you go to the World Cup and see how Brazilian hearts were broken. Brazil won, Germany 7. Nobody could have thought of that. Or is it the AGM? They were to counter AGM. A lot of hotels came into being, and some even held it under the tree. Or was it the sacking of Keshi when it was announced that Keshi and the entire crew has been sacked, only for them to reappear again? And as we speak, we don't know whether they are on the job or not. 2014 was the year of Giwa. 2014, Nembe City, LMC. A lot you can think of in 2014. Of course, there is the showboy, the man who is the mega box, the man who has the Mida, not the Mida touch now, the Mida gloves, the guy who does it like nobody else. Floyd Mayweather. I mean, does he top, his moments of 2014? We are looking at the moments, we are looking at the people, we are looking at the events, we are looking at 2014 at its real best. Of course, soccer. You saw that in London. Was it Holland versus Spain, where the Spider-Man RVP came up and nodded that goal? Was it your best moment? Or Super Mario, scoring that final World Cup goal? 113 minutes, 7 minutes to go, and he put it there. A lot happened in 2014. It was the year of the World Cup. It was the year of the Commonwealth Games. It was the year that's supposed to be a year of our National Sport Festival. But now we are going to 2015. It has to be a year that we, the defending champions, didn't qualify for the next edition of the Nations Cup. It has to be a year. What year? What great year? What can be greater? Stay by your phones. The lines will still be open. Stay by your tweets. Send on your messages, and we shall retweet as usual. But then, it's always football. In England, they will play today. They played on the 22nd. They played on the 26th. And then, I tell you, they will still play again, probably before the end of the year. Or maybe this is the last one. But then that is not my top for now, because he's here. That's your title.
Well, the last time we came, we were wishing our viewers Merry Christmas, and today we are going to be wishing them Happy New Year in advance. Because by the time we come back next year,
it will be Happy New Year.
Next year, it will be 2015.
Yeah.
However, there's something I'd like to bring to your notice and attention. It's Manchester United have a shouting chance of finishing third in this first half.
You're already third.
No, if Southampton should score many goals today and actually top of them, they'll probably go back to fourth. But the beautiful thing is not many people actually give Manchester United a chance, and I'm indeed excited. I look at the top 4, and I don't see Arsenal FC. We'll get to talk about that. Let me not put you on the spot. I know that the guys in the studio are going to talk about that too as well, but it's been a good year. So many things have happened in the world of football. The Super Eagles did not get to qualify for the Nations Cup, but yes, by and large, football has been something we should actually celebrate for 2014. And we look forward to 2015. So many good things will actually happen to our football.
Okay, and when we do come back, of course, I'll be stepping aside for now. When we do come back, I do hope that, yes, probably Tayo and his Ghana crew will be able to look at if we have a new LMC structure in place in Nigeria. You never can tell. It is Channel Sport on Sunday. Go nowhere.
Okay, good afternoon, viewers. I'd like to welcome you once again to Channel Sports on Sunday. This is the segment that will get to update you about what is going on in the world of football. Today will be different slightly because we want to do a review of what actually happened in the year 2014. We're going to focus on Nigeria, talk about some leagues in the world, and also take a look at some couple of a few national teams that did well. The guys, some teams that got a flop that didn't do so well in the year 2014. My name is Eitai Balogun Jr. I'd like to welcome you once more. I'm not going to do the 20 minutes alone so it don't get you bored or anything, but I have these guys in the studio that know a lot about the game. I'd like to welcome you to my immediate left, Akitude Bada. Yes, it's somebody you see regularly. Good to see you in the studio.
Always a pleasure to be
I like
here.
your suit. I like your jacket.
Thank you very much. It's been a very eventful year, it must be said. Like you said, football locally, football in Europe and in other parts have served up or has served up a mix of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yep. Talking ugly, of course, a case in point for most Nigerians will be Nigeria's non-qualification for the next AFCON, which incidentally is a couple of weeks away. That has got to be a very sour point, in 2014. But then the good, your mind has got to go to the Falcons, who lived up to their billion, winning the African Women's Championship again. And on the local front, there were, Larry would agree with me, a lot of uglies, We saw a certain dramatic, but very shameful incident last weekend, how an NNL game snowballed into kickboxing, and all the things we don't want associated with football. But generally, I think that for the football fan, it's been a very, very loaded year, and I mean, the mix just makes it all the more interesting.
That's right, and I agree with you. I mean, I'm going to go to you, Larry. He has said something very instructive, that we did enjoy good football this year. Until, yes, maybe the game between Kwara United and Ranch Bees, which we understand has a situation report right now as it stands. I'm going to come to you with that. You're going to give us update. But for you, 2014 must have been very eventful. It was brilliant. The World Cup year, so many qualifiers for the AFCON, and then the Falcons actually went to conquer the continent as they've always done. It was also the year of discovery, particularly for someone like Aziza Oshola. She glowed in a million stars, winning so many laurels, including the FA Cup here. And it was a brilliant year. And locally, I saw so many games of football, and it can only get better in 2015. The highlight for me was the fact that Nigeria didn't get qualified for next year's African Nations Cup. A reason being that I don't think we deserve to be there. We're only going to ride on luck. And it's an anticlimax, particularly to what has been done in the past 3 years. Not too bad that. Maybe we'll now go back to the drawing board if there's any, and then see where we're going wrong. The drawing board should be full by now. Maybe we're doing this over years. Now, quickly, guys, let's do a recap of what did happen at the NNL. I'm going to stay with you, Larry, on the NNL and the MPFL. We're going to talk about the age grade tournament coming up, under 17, under 20 for the guys, under 23, also the Female World Cup, but I'll take us through that. But for you, Larry, NNL, the way it finished, Shooting Stars qualified from Group B into the MPFL. They finished top of the table. They are tied on points, though, with Gabros, and they both had 50 points, but they'll be playing in the MPFL next season, representing Ibadan, talking about Shooting Stars. Now, relegated side teams in Group B, we had Ekiti, Unisem, COD, and Stationary Stars. Sad one for Stationary Stars, I mean, with the way they started, with the Palm, defeating Shooting Stars at Onikon Stadium. We all thought that maybe Stationary Stars were going to actually go all the way. COD, a structured side. I mean, I love the way COD are organized, but unfortunately, it was not to be for them. In Group A, Wiki Tories and Kwara United, like you did say, there was a rescheduled game that we understand that Ranch Bees have actually appealed the outcome of that game. But as it stands now, Wiki Tories, Kwara United have qualified to play in the MPFL. Very, very correct. The game between Kwara United and Ranches Bees was actually the last game of the season, and the winner of that game was actually going to qualify. And it ended up in about the 68th minute or 69th minute. So it was remaining about 22 minutes or 28 minutes or thereabout, when the game was abruptly ended. And then the decision went not in favor of any particular team. There was supposed to be another a replay at the neutral venue, the FIFA Goal Project in Abuja, and a penalty was awarded to Kwara United. Well, dubious, not dubious. Well, when a penalty is awarded in such scenarios, you allow the decision of the referee to hold, not take laws into your hands, and then there's a process. Exactly, there is a process to the extent that players assaulted referees and all of that. The
player in particular got a year ban or so, and then 3.3 goals awarded to Kwara United, and that's why Kwara United will join Wiki Tourist, pending the appeal by Ranchers.
All right, so like you said, Group B, we have Shooting Stars and Gabros. Now let's look at the 4 teams that were playing in the MPFL. Wiki Tourist, Kwara United, Gabros, and Shooting Stars. Formidable sides going to the MPFL. Quickly.
It is formidable for me, particularly 3SC. The way they ended the season was brilliant. I mean, from the 3rd game to the last game, particularly at the Masingba, they made a fortress. They hardly conceded goals, and they were defeating teams 4-0, 4-1, defeated stationary stores brilliantly. And it must be said that 3SC, it will be a very, very difficult place to go. Gabros also bringing football back to the east, as it were. It was fantastic. And it's fitting that, you know, Crown FC went down, 3SC is also coming up, ensuring that one Oyo State team will also remain. Victorious, we expect that they will always give you problems.
And John Obi is out of job. I had to chip that in. Now, quickly, let's talk about the age guys, the age group tournament under 17. Remember that defending champions going into the next year, going into next year's. Okay, before we do that, quickly, this is how the log finished at the MPFL. Kano Pillars finished top of the table, meaning they will play at the CAF Champions League. They have 65 points. They are second with 64 points. Warri Wolves came third. Giwa FC surprisingly finished fourth. I mean, I say surprisingly because not many people actually give them a chance at some point in time. We probably would have expected any good Rangers. Nassau United also squeezing in. Lobby Stars. I mean, impressive for me at some point. They struggled and they finished top 6. But this is what it looks like at the end of the season. This is what it looked like at the end of the season. Bottom side, we had 4 teams going into relegation as it stands. If you're going to get to see them, it's Gombe, Crown, Kaduna, and Nembe City. Remember, Gombe had to bring in Austin Aguavon to actually see if he could smooth sail, but unfortunately, they got a relegation. So they'll be playing at the Champions League, talking about Kano Pillars. Eyimba will play at the CAF Champions League, and the Confederations Cup will be Warriors and Dolphin.